This is Real Bubbles with Allie, Ray, and Kellsie.
What's up? What's up?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are
It's
you?
daytime.
Daytime. The
I
middle
like
of the
daytime
day.
podcasts. Yeah.
Your yellow in your place looks so much more light and like
Soft and
pastel-y
not yellow.
and soft.
Yeah.
At
I
night it
like it
gets
in the
very
daytime.
hard yellow.
Yes. I'm honestly contemplating painting it, but
Mm,
we'll see.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Anyways.
You can kind of tell in the video here that I've started to paint like the outline of my windows. I haven't done this one yet, but I'll get to it.
What is the purpose of that? Why do you like doing
I think it's just a style choice. Like I kind of want to have like a darker mood bedroom and everything's really white in here.
that? Yeah.
And I have like black end tables and just like black accents. So like I just think it's cute. And that's the only and I have a huge tub of black paint. So that's like I'm like, what do I do with
Oh, so
this?
you're just bored and you have black paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
it's
also
cute.
contemplating getting a door for my bedroom so I can lock my cat out.
That's so funny. I just saw something on Instagram where it was like a door where you cut off the corner of your door and it opens so you can let your cat in and out.
That's pretty cool, but I want him to stay out.
Yeah,
So,
you can lock them out.
like, do you see this like sleeping angel right here? Devil. It's a devil. I bought him today. Today, actually, I bought him because I'm trying to like give him more activity so he
Yeah.
doesn't yell at me at 5 in the morning. And I bought him a battery operated toy
Mm,
that like has a thing on a string and it like rolls up and rolls down and like does all this stuff. And he just sat there and was like, meh, and walked away. So,
nice.
anyways,
Well, today I decided to go with a big glass of red wine.
and I decided to go with a big glass of rosé wine. Mine's bigger.
Okay, let's show them. Let's show the people how
How
big
are
our
we gonna?
glasses are
Okay, hold on.
back to back. I'm just showing in comparison to my face how big
Put
my
your
wine glass.
put the your wine on your nose.
Wait, okay, we should hold this for
Okay,
like
but how
five
about your
seconds.
hand though? Like put
Oh,
this on your hand
yeah.
because mine's wider than yours. Yeah.
You have smaller hands than me.
It's still wider.
We're like, how big is your wine glass?
How big?
This is professional, right? This is how you professionally measure your wine glasses.
Yes, my hands. It's like horses.
My hands.
My wine is 7/8 of a hand.
I feel like mine is that too, like tall wise.
No, I know. I think ours is the same height, but mine is like
Oh,
wider.
yours is wider. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bing.
Gulp, 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 gulp,
Boom.
gulp.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
I'm wearing
What are
lipstick
you
today.
drinking though? What are you drinking though? Like
This
what?
is Cora Camino's spaghetti strap. A
Sponsor
classic
her, Corey
flavor.
Caminos. Kelsey, I think this is 3 podcasts in a row where you've had wine and it's been Corey Caminos. So
You got to go with the
we
old
have a trend.
reliable.
Mhm. I am drinking Chapelton Vineyards Viola Rosé.
Chapelton Vineyards, so your own.
Yes,
Did you
mainly
pick this
because
one?
it was left over from yesterday. So there was only a glass left. So I brought it home. This one is made from grapes from Washington State. It is 80% Syrah and 20% Pinot Gris, made in a dry style. So yes, you're wearing lipstick. You look very beautiful today. You
Thank
always
you.
look beautiful, but I just never see you in lipstick. It's a very
I
new
know.
thing.
I never wear lipstick. I just wanted to try it out. I was like, I got 10 minutes before the podcast. Let's throw some stuff on the old face here.
Love it. Love it. Little recap from last podcast, real quick. If those of you listening have not listened to the Maze podcast, you should. But I apologize in advance. It was probably our most hectic, chaotic podcast to date, but it's very entertaining. So
It
if
is. And
you're
it's
looking for some quality content.
now it's on YouTube, so you can
Yes.
watch us,
So you
which
can
is what we
watch
know
the
you really
chaotic.
want to do.
Yeah. So you really want to do is
You can
watch.
see us really interact and why it's a lot more of just silent laughing than it is talking.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Go watch us live on YouTube for our full
Live
faithful.
in person on your computer.
Yeah, you'll be just watch from your bedroom. You'll be right in it with us. You can talk to us. We may not respond to you, but the intent is there.
Yes. Well, our very popular segment of our podcast is the Daylist segment. Would you like to start with that today?
I would love to talk about our day list. I feel like mine has been like all over the place this month.
Same. And I think the thing that's been most interesting is that you know how they'll mention like spring or Friday or dinner, and it's not at the right time of day. So I don't really understand what's going on.
Yeah. I think one that was so interesting of yours, I was at a Padre game when you sent me this, but Indonesian viral pop summer Tuesday early morning. And I was
Yes.
like, I need to know what this sounds like, but it doesn't have like it has Taylor Swift and Ariana and Za and Benson Boone on it. And I was like, this is such a interesting way
Yeah.
to word.
It didn't make sense to me. But again, summer. It's not summer yet. So why are we
It's
having
close enough.
summer?
It's
I
close enough.
know.
You're getting ready for it. That's what you're listening was like, we're ready for summer.
True. My favorite one is Hopeless Christmas Harangue Morning.
Autumn
But
and
then in the
cozy.
yeah, autumn and cozy, but okay. So I don't know what that means. I do love Christmas though, so
The one I just listened to the other day was Majestic Electric Sunday Morning. And that one was such a good vibe on Sunday that I literally downloaded that so I could keep all those songs in that playlist together so I could go back to it
that's
because you know how
awesome.
day lists change and you never
Yes.
really get the
Never
same
get
one
the
back.
same.
Um, so it was like interesting to me. And I was thinking about what I love my Sundays to be like. What is their vibe? Because I feel like my day list is most spot on Sundays. I think it
Mm,
knows me so well on Sundays that it's like, we got exactly what you want. It's right here. Just come on over and listen. And I turn it on and I play it all day long.
that's awesome.
What about you? Do you have like a day that you feel like your Spotify is like, okay, it's got my Tuesdays down or something?
Country love songs Wednesday night. Just kidding. No, I don't
But
know.
for
They've
real.
been kind of weird, but I think it's my fault because for the last month and one day, 90% of what I'm listening to is Taylor Swift's new album. So it's not necessarily Spotify's fault. It might be my
hmm
fault that
hmm
it like doesn't know what to do because it knows I'm going to listen to that. So I feel like it's trying to like make playlists that might go good with that, but it's
hmm
just all over the place.
hmm
Um, so it's my fault. Maybe I'll venture out. Something I have been listening to recently though is Post Malone.
Interesting. Is it
Posty,
because
Posty, well, so he has a song with Taylor Swift,
hmm
and then he also just came out with a song with Morgan Wallen and is trying this
hmm
whole country thing.
yeah.
And so I went down a deep hole on Instagram the other day, and he's just like, he's so funny. And he just has this like giant personality. And so, but I knew that I realized I didn't know a lot of his music. And so I started listening to Posty, and he's a vibe.
I like that you're calling him Posty.
Posty, but that's what people call him on the web, on the interweb.
On the web. That's how you can
That's what they
spot a
call
millennial
him.
in the wild.
Yep.
On the web. It's on the web.
Shout out, Posty. That's what people
Posty.
call him though. So I wanted to
I
feel
believe
like
you.
a
I've heard it
cool
before.
person.
It's funny coming from you because I've never heard you express anything towards him. You know what I mean? So this is new.
Yes. Well, now I love him. He's pretty cool.
Things are moving too fast, Allie. You need to slow
Yeah, I
down,
know.
okay?
I
Give
need
it a
to slow
month.
down. I'm invested. I'm invested.
That's funny.
We're gonna
Anybody
save that word for later too. We need to talk about that later. The word
invested?
invested. Yes. I've
I'm
become very self-aware of something recently that I'm dealing with.
I'm
Anyways,
very invested in you.
I'm invested in you too.
I love wearing a vest and making that joke whenever I'm outside. I'll
Uh,
be like, you can say I'm invested. And I'm the only one that usually laughs and thinks it's funny.
it's funny. I'll laugh for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Was there any more day lists? I didn't see any more
The
on
one that I feel like was very on brand for you that you sent me was cleansing sound bath night.
yeah. Yeah. Which
I
was
was like, I could picture you having a cleansing sound bath listening to this playlist.
I don't know what that means because I
Well,
would be in the bath.
it also gave me, oh no.
It reminds me actually of the picture of us on our real bubbles where you and I are in the tub
In
together.
the tub,
That's what I'm
yeah.
picturing. That's my
Um,
cleansing bath.
it also took me back to our sound bowl performance that we did
Bro, we should cut that into
for
this.
our number one band and for Sammy Ray. It was a very, very, very
It
well
was
put together performance.
it was a
I think
committed
it
performance.
I think it needs to win something. Like we should submit it maybe to Cannes, like maybe Cannes Film Festival. I think it could be
You know, I think it could be a
good.
competitor, but I think if we really want to win something, we'll probably have to submit it to Real Bubbles and we can vote on it.
There we
And
go.
that's the
There we
only way
go.
it's probably gonna win anything.
That or like America's Funniest Home Video.
Please, any commitment videos you have, and when I say commitment, like whatever the bit is, if you committed to it, send us the video of it because
Yeah,
we love
yeah, yeah.
committed bits.
We're gonna have our own film festival
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
awards so people can submit their own films, whatever films. It could be films of your dog, it could
Hmm.
be films of the sunset, whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I do love
we'll
sunset videos.
okay, we're gonna plan it. What month are we gonna do this?
I think
Because
it
we'll
should
show
be
them
like August or like September, like
okay,
the end
let's
of
do
the summer,
September
kind of like
so
it's
people have the
cooling down
summer.
outside so you can watch it and like yeah, so the people have the summer.
Okay.
It's done.
Real Bubbles Film Festival.
Uh,
Producer, write that down.
that's so funny. I also like for whatever reason I feel like Spot Daylist is trying to make me feel a certain way because there was like a section where I was having stressed anti-anxiety Thursday early morning, fearful emotional Friday afternoon, anti-anxiety deep sleep Friday night, and I literally was like, am I
Back
feeling
to
this
back
way?
to
Is
back.
this who I am right now? And like
Yeah.
what is going on? Am I okay?
That
But I
was
didn't feel
good.
like it was actually like reading me. I think it was telling me this is what you normally should be like on this day. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, let's do the final one. What our day list is right now.
Mm, so good.
Mine
You're
is
yes.
very predictable because this is usually my Monday. Actually, I guess when you asked me that question earlier, I think Monday afternoon is usually pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Every week it is soft power ballad Monday afternoon.
You like to start with a strong ballad,
Yes, well,
power
usually
ballad.
I drive. I usually do like my errands on Monday and I listen
Yeah.
to songs and I sing them and with the windows down.
Yeah, cute. I love that. Mine says nostalgia collaboration afternoon.
Interesting.
I'm ready to
Collaboration.
collaborate.
Here we
This
go.
is the collaboration station right here, guys. Hop on board. Choo choo.
All aboard.
All aboard. All aboard the train. You know what other train is leaving the station is the teacher train.
Oh, what
Oh,
a
the choo-
segue. Wow. What a segue. That wins an award in itself. Wow.
we
I'm
have
shocked.
we have some
I,
announcements aboard the train.
announcements. You do the first one.
We have a handful of retiring teachers, educators, leaders, mentors, friends that are leaving Ramona High School.
So many.
So we just wanted to take a little time of our day to cheers to them for all of their hard work, their dedication, everything that they've given to each of their students, and that they have a great retirement and really enjoy themselves because they deserve it. So this is for
Cheers.
Ramona High School, all retirees.
No, this is Ramona Unified
Ramona
School District. Retirees.
Unified School District, all retirees.
Cheers. Question. How old does it make you feel that we know almost all of these retirees and they were all our teachers?
Well, one of them specifically, I think a lot of them probably, is taught for over 30 years, and like I'm 30. So I'm like, I feel interested. It's interesting to me because I'm like, you've been doing this for as long as I've been on this earth. And it's just kind of impressive, like to show up consistently each year
Yeah.
to teach these kids and lead them and take it very seriously.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so insane.
Yeah. I think the one that I'm most excited about, I know there's a lot of them, but I know the one that you and I've talked about a lot is Robin Brainerd.
Yeah. It's
I'm
like
super excited for Brainerd. I know that she's been in it for the long game and she's done a lot for not only the teacher community, but coaching, mentoring, and she's just awesome. So
she is
she holds a
awesome.
special place in my heart.
She does. She does. And it's like hard to put into words how somebody like that has made you feel because it's so big. You feel just so engulfed in their
Yeah.
tutelage that it's like a family member, you know what I mean? Where you can't really express what you need to because the love is just so apparent.
Yeah.
So thank you,
I might
Brainerd.
have cried a few times recently about it. But like a happy cry.
It
But
hasn't even
like
happened yet.
hasn't even
You
happened
still
yet.
got a
And I'm
couple of days.
just thinking about it,
Yeah.
like thinking about how much she's impacted not only like us, but other people
Hmm.
in the community, in the softball community, and just students and other teachers and everything. It's just it's a big feeling.
It is. Yeah. Do you have any like memories of Brainerd that stand out to you, or
Yes, I have one
you
very
do?
specific one. Yeah.
Tell the
I
people.
don't know if I've told this one on the podcast. I might have, but it's one very specific memory of being in her APUS class
Hmm.
in high school. And I am not good necessarily at multiple choice tests because I like second guess myself and I change my answer and like get in my head. And she knew this. And so we were taking, I think it was just like a practice AP test. And I literally like did the Scantron circle thing and I like went down and I went to erase it and she came over and flicked me on the head and said, no, stick to your gut. Do not change your answer. And yeah, I've kept
Yeah.
that with me for a while.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Being flicked on the head by a teacher is
Yeah, I
definitely
know, but it's
a
funny.
memory, a
And
core
it was
memory.
okay. Let's just say my
It was
mom,
consensual.
but it was okay. And also like my mom approved it. So like my mom probably told her to do it. So it was
Your mom approved it
okay.
before or after it happened?
Both. We're gonna go with both for this.
That's so
But no,
funny. Yeah,
yeah,
Brainerd was definitely like that. She was a very be authentic, do your thing, you know it, practice,
yeah.
perform
And she
kind of.
also had this like really great characteristic or gift or whatever you want to call it of just like knowing what everyone's special talent was and
Mm-hmm.
like trying to like light a fire in each individual person and showing them like no you can do this and you're good at this now go do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really special that she was able to recognize that in everybody and everybody's different like talent.
Yeah. I just remember always being on the field, and I'm kind of a goofy person where I like to mess around a lot. And so
No.
I think that my favorite part of Brainerd was doing something ridiculous and her trying to be serious and then just busting up laughing because, like, what are you gonna do? These girls are weird.
Yeah,
She's just
totally.
like, okay, you done now?
That's funny. Oh, that's a good
So,
point.
cheers to all the retirees.
Cheers.
We celebrate you. We thank you. Have a good retirement.
You know, someone who's not retiring this year,
Who?
my mom.
She's going strong. She's for the
Maybe one
kids.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's at, I'm trying to think of how many years. It has to be 30.
Has she
Because
been teaching?
she had me her first year of teaching, second, I don't remember. Something about
Yeah, so
30 something.
probably about 30.
Yeah, about 30. I don't know the exact year, but she is not retiring. I probably think she's probably not going to retire until Tommy or I have a kid. So we'll see when that happens. But
Yeah.
she still like loves her job. She loves what she does. She's healthy. She's fully in it. But this year she got teacher of the year for Hanson Elementary. Honestly, she should get it every year. But I was really excited that she got teacher of the year. So congrats, mom.
Yeah, congratulations. Cheers.
Cheers.
Meh.
Mm, mm, mm. But no, my mom has done so much for Hanson. I mean, she's been at Hanson majority of her career. I think she only had maybe 1 or 2 years before she got to Hanson. She taught sixth grade, probably 80% of her career up until the last couple years, and now she's at fifth grade. But she is one of the student council teachers, so she's in charge of student council. She does the talent show. Like if my mom wasn't there, there would be no talent show at Hanson. So she puts on a talent show every single year. She also they used to have back when we were in elementary school, they did the sixth grade musical. I don't know if you remember that.
I kinda
You were in it. You were in it. So but
I was there.
yeah, so we had back in the day when we had music teachers and had music programs before they cut that due to budget and stuff. The music teacher would put on a sixth grade musical. When they cut the music teacher budget, my mom actually took that over and ended up continuing the sixth grade musical. And so I think that was really special for that as well. She also is like a math guru. So she does a lot of like workshops and stuff. And she's like the math specialist on site. And she just really cares about all her kids. Even though I'm her favorite, she cares about all of her
I'm pretty
students.
high up
And
there
like,
too.
I know that she's really, yes, you are actually. I know that I know firsthand because she calls and talks to me about it,
Hmm.
that she is not only invested in like her students' educational development, but also their emotional development and just really wanting to help them grow as humans and not just, learn all the basics and have to pass all the tests. Like she really does invest all of herself emotionally in these kids. And I think it was just really well deserved. So
Yeah,
congrats, mommy.
yeah, congrats. And as somebody that also had Miss Ferguson for school, I also believe she deserves it every year too. So I think she does a lot and she's committed so much of her life and time into these kids that you need people that are invested in your kids, that are teaching your kids like in their general welfare
Yeah.
category, which is who she is. She's not a teacher that just shows up and gets out, she
No.
really wants to be a part of the lives of these little kids.
Yeah.
She's
And
really
I've even seen
special.
it growing up. Like growing up, she's always been a teacher since I was
Hmm.
born. And so, um, I mean, yeah, she goes and does her work at school and comes home, but at home she's grading papers. She's developing, lesson plans. She's always like learning and growing and trying to. The one thing I do love about my mom too is she's like growing with the times. Like there's, education, a lot of older teachers sometimes get stuck in just their ways and they want to keep it the same, but she's always like learning and growing and finding new ways to develop skills for these kids and, to integrate technology into her lesson plans and um, integrate just like emotional intelligence and all these different things into her classroom. And it shows for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We should do another cheers for her.
Cheers, Mom.
Cheers
To Miss
to Miss
Ferguson.
Ferguson.
Mm, mm.
And that party is gonna be a party when she retires.
Yeah, probably in
Um,
like 20 years.
yeah, right. She would go that long. She would just be
She
like, I'm
would.
going.
Yeah, no, and I
Um,
was dead serious about, I don't think like until I think she just loves her job so much.
mhm,
Um, and like I said, she's so healthy and so young that there's no reason for her to retire anytime soon. I think the thing that would change that is if it got to the point where like she could spend more time with potential future grandchildren. I think that's what would
potential.
potentially change her mind.
Invest in the
At this
potential.
point, Tommy's probably gonna beat me. So we'll
That's how I
see.
feel about Dallas too.
I know.
Just like, all right, I'll be
Well,
traveling.
I told her that she should retire now because she has a grandchild over here,
Oh, yeah,
Sammy,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
but she doesn't care enough about Sammy, I guess.
It's okay, Sammy, we love you. All right, speaking of jobs, guess what?
What?
I got one.
Let's
So
go.
I got called about when I was in Hawaii, and my friend JoJo got
Wait,
the
when were you in Hawaii?
Idaho.
You said Hawaii.
Well, that's where I want to be.
The queen of manifestation over here is just like, so when I was in Hawaii, I was like, when?
Past tense.
Sorry, okay.
In
Sorry,
Idaho.
continue.
My friend JoJo texted me saying that she got this job, and that she was wanting me to be a part of it. And so I got a call from the first Stacy, and we'll get into all the job descriptions in a moment, but had an interview with her last week and was officially chosen to be a part of the project. So my official responsibilities will be camera second assistant. And that just means that I slate everything. I carry the camera around, make sure it's good to go. I start in the
Like
mornings.
this slate?
That's like, yeah. And then, take all the notes and make sure that all the media gets to the post house by giving it to the loader and showing up every day and doing that. So it's
That's so exciting.
something that I'm really looking forward to. And I don't have very many details about it just yet, but what I do know and is that it's going to be filming on the lot, on the Warner Brothers lot, and it's going to be a medical drama called The Pit, Pitt, which at
Oh,
first when they said that to me, they didn't say the medical drama part. I was thinking Brad Pitt, and I was like, get me on this show. Get me on this show.
a show called The
The
Pit
Pit.
featuring Brad Pitt.
But apparently it means Pittsburgh for medical.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a medical drama based
hmm
in Pittsburgh.
hmm
So not like Chicago Med or Grey's Anatomy in Seattle. So it's like, but similar type of show, just in
hmm
another city. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
And it
That'll
was
be
just,
cool.
yeah, and it was described to me as like kind of a 24 show where it's like shot
Okay.
in one consecutive like 12 hour or 24 hours, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's really cool. Like a
Something like
24-hour
that.
shift at the hospital,
I think
basically.
so. I think so. And I
Okay.
think it's like emergency room. I can get more details when I actually start the job, which won't be until end of June, beginning of July, and it goes till February.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
So,
so cool.
yeah, I'm
Do
very
you,
excited.
so I don't know if you know the details of this yet, but like when you get jobs like this on a, recurring TV show, sorry, is your schedule like a 9 to 5? Is it like 12-hour days? Like what does the scheduling for your job look like for something like this?
For this one, they say that they want to do 11-hour days, um, Monday through Friday with the weekends off.
Yeah,
So
that's a
that's
lot.
what it is a lot, but that's like
Is
not a
that
lot in
average or
ours.
normal?
It's better than normal.
Oh,
Normal
okay.
is like 14, 15 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is like actually kind of like a sweet spot kind of deal, you
Yeah.
know?
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Question. There's a side question. There's a chance I might be there in July on a Monday. Can I come to set with you? Just kidding. Probably not.
I'll
It's okay.
probably have been there for like 3 weeks. So once I figure
Maybe.
out security, I'll let you know.
Okay. I've never been
'Cause,
on a
yeah.
set before, so
Yeah. And if not, do the tour and hopefully drive by my stage.
oh. I'll be like, oh, let me use the restroom real quick.
Yeah. I just gotta hop off the tour
Over
and
there.
just come find me.
Oh, I'm gonna pass out. I need to go inside and get some air conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Real Bubbles live from the Warner Brothers
Yeah,
Studio.
yeah. Sneaking in. That's
No, I'm
funny.
so excited for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really long, like, that's a big job.
It's a
That's a
big job.
very
It's the
consistent,
biggest
big
job
job.
that I've ever been offered or had, so hopefully I can
That's
keep it while I'm
awesome.
on it.
Yeah.
But
And it's working with camera specifically. So it's not
mhm.
production assistant like you
Yeah.
were, that you have been in the past. Like, this is exactly where you want to be with the
Yeah,
cameras.
and I do this job normally, and I've been
Mhm.
doing this job since 2021.
Yeah.
Um, but this is the biggest, longest show, and it's a new show, so it'll be interesting to be on the first season of that. And I think we're shooting like 15 episodes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up to see if I can find who's on it.
Yeah,
The
I haven't even
Pit
Googled it or looked at it or anything
TV
because once I
show.
heard it
Oh,
wasn't Brad
sorry.
Pitt, I was just like,
You're
okay, I'm
like,
kind of out.
meh.
I've lost interest.
Is it just PIT?
Pitt.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Pitt. Mm, 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 mm,
Medical
mm,
drama
mm, mm, mm,
cast. Oh, that's Nurse
mm.
Jackie. That's
That's Nurse Jack. Mm, 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 mm,
I
mm.
literally looked up the Pit. Oh, no, I didn't. Ah, sorry. Sorry, producer Phil, you can like skip this if you want.
Dr. Phil.
The Pit TV show with Noah Wiley. The daily
So
lives of healthcare professionals in a Pittsburgh hospital as they juggle personal crisis, workplace politics, and the emotional toll of treating critically ill patients. No synopsis yet.
cute.
And
That's
I
more
don't
than
see
I
a
knew.
cast either.
Which will be
I don't see a
interesting because
cast.
I used to be an EMT in Wyoming, and so it'll be
Yeah.
fun to be kind of in a medical script and just kind of realizing like how are they going to shoot it first of all? Because I also would like to write a script, like a TV show about my time in Wyoming, in rural Wyoming as an EMT, because I
Yeah.
think that would be very interesting. And
That'd
so
be really cool.
it's kind of cool to now be on this medical set so I can see how they're shooting it and doing it. And we're going to be on stage the whole time. There's like no location. So that part is going to be nice about going to the same place
Yeah.
every single day. Although I will say it'll be like I'm in a dark box for all of summer into winter, into the
Yeah.
new year. So please feel free to send, hey, miss you, love you, text to me
I'm
or
gonna text you and be
videos.
like, please walk outside for 30
Yeah,
seconds in the
yeah.
sunshine.
Please go outside. My
Okay,
tan
so
is
fun
gonna go.
fact, it's showing that the one of the stars of this is Noah Wiley,
Hmm.
who was on ER. So he like
Ooh.
has medical drama experience.
Hmm.
This is him.
He's kind of cute. Does he look like
Yeah,
that right now?
I don't know. He is Noah Wiley is 52. Oh,
That's
his
not
birthday's June
bad.
4th.
That's pretty a Gemini.
Those June babies, man.
June babies are the
Yeah,
best.
he's best known for his role as John Carter in the television series ER.
Cool.
So funny.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. Well, I'm so excited for you. Cheers
Yeah.
to you and work.
Yay.
Woo. But now we can't have bottomless mimosa brunch on Mondays.
Yeah. It does hinder the weekdays. So I have like a month and a half to kind of get all my affairs in order. And do all the things that I've been doing since being unemployed since the strikes. Um, like sleeping in or,
Yeah.
just not doing anything during the day.
Yeah.
Or any like side projects and stuff. I'm trying to like button them up and kind of complete them so I don't have them while I'm going into this new show, so it can be just fresh and ready and I can just focus on the job and whatever comes with it,
Yeah.
With that
Well, I'm
being
very excited.
said, I do I don't know if have we talked about the camera department on this podcast before and all the
Not really. I
roles?
don't think we've talked about camera since you were at the camera house.
Wow, that's been a long
We
time.
haven't, yeah, we haven't talked about like the breakdown of what's what and who's
Yeah.
where. So
Are
go
you
for it.
interested?
I'm very interested
Okay,
because I
so
know that people do this and I know people do this.
yeah. So the camera department is its own department in movie making, and it
Okay,
starts with at the very top, your boss, your really only boss if you're in the camera department is the director of photography. The director on a film is also your boss, but the director of photography is your first boss. So like the
got it.
director's like if they say something, check in with your boss before you do it, you know?
Got it.
Um, and then so the director of photography is at the top. And then under them, you have your camera operators, the people who sit with the camera and are actually physically moving the camera to show you what you're seeing. And they operate heads, they operate on a dolly, they can go handheld on their shoulder. They're the operators. And then behind them, you have your first assistant, and they pull focus. So they have these machines where they can put a motor on the lens and they can pull it back and forth to keep your subject in focus.
That's so cool.
And then
That's
under
like
them,
one job, like one person is just in charge of focus.
yeah.
Wow.
And then there's your second assistant, who is what I am. And I am going to be slating in front of every take, marking the actors, marking the media, turning the camera on, turning the camera off, getting the camera from A to B. Like during like breakdowns and stuff, the second AC or the first AC will grab the camera. Fixing anything that needs to be fixed, changing filters, changing lenses, um, just overall care of the camera. And then under that, you have your loader, who is the person you hand all the media you shot to, and they download it onto hard drives, and then they send that out to the post houses for editing at the
That's
end of
very important.
each day. Yeah, it's a very heavy
That's
responsibility.
stressful. I feel like
So
I'd be so stressed.
100%. Like I think hitting record, that's what the first AC does, which is stressful because you want to make sure you're recording what we're doing because that would be
Yep.
bad.
Mhm.
And then the second AC because they're loading the media and taking the media out. So you don't want to accidentally delete the media off the camera by hitting the wrong button and or corrupting the media. So handling the media, and then the loader who has to make sure that it's duplicated and sent out every night. So that's a lot. And the
Yeah.
loader also does all of our time cards. They do all the coordination, all the logistics of like how to get camera gear here, how to get this piece, how to talk to managing between departments and stuff like that. And then normally, if you're lucky, you have a utility on set, which is the person that sets up like the video villages where the producers all sit and watch what's happening, the director's village, the DP's village, because they all get their own separate screens to be working, doing all the batteries, setting up all the antennas to give signal to all the TVs, and just doing overall like gopher runs for the people that are on set that can't leave. Like the second AC, I can't just leave set. I have to be
Yeah.
there at all times unless somebody's covering me. So those are the positions
Wow.
of the camera department.
That's awesome though. That's really cool. I didn't realize there was one, that there was so many, but
Hmm.
also that they're like to me, like just the person that's just in charge of focus, that it's crazy to me that that's their sole job.
Yeah, they're
And
usually very.
are those people, there's like basically a team of those people per camera.
Hmm.
So there's like multiple focusers, multiple second assistants, multiple,
Hmm.
but it's like everyone's assigned to one camera. So are you going to be working with the same team the entire show?
Hmm.
Cool. So that's
Yeah.
good because then you can create that like consistency and the camaraderie within your own team on your camera.
Yep.
Okay, big question. Do
Yes.
you name your camera?
So usually they have names like A, B, or C. Like that's normally what the cameras are. They don't have
Boring.
like cool names, you know what I mean? Like we don't
Yeah.
give them nicknames or anything like that. We're very strategic because the director of photography will be like, okay, I want A camera over here, I want B camera over here, I want C camera over here. So if you complicated it and the DP has a lot to
Yeah.
juggle, like that wouldn't be
I was just
good. They
thinking
would
like
be
in your
like,
own, like in
get
your own
Fredo
head.
over here. I don't know.
Like in your own head, do you create a relationship with your camera?
I think if I was a camera operator, I'd be like,
Mhm.
good morning, how are you? Like, let's get to work today. You know what I mean? Like I would really
Yeah,
like get in tune with the camera, but because I'm the second AC, I'm really just like setting the camera up for the operator.
got it.
So I don't have as much of a relationship other than I'm
You're
like,
not
please
in a
work today.
relationship with the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. So no naming of the cameras, but
Okay.
it's a good idea. And I will pitch it. I will pitch it
It's
when we
gonna be
get
stuck in your head
appropriately.
now. Even if it's just you, now you're
Yeah.
gonna name your
Yeah.
kid.
I'll be like, oh, can you get Josephine? And they're like, what?
I ask because I do that with my wine barrels, so it's fine.
But that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. I do talk to them and sing to them too, so you know.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
some
that's
pointers.
why they taste good.
Yes, that is true. Well, I'm also really excited to like watch the show. One, I love
Yeah.
medical dramas. Right now, I currently watch Chicago Med and Grey's Anatomy. So even just the idea, and oh, what was that one that was on with the cute guy from Gilmore Girls? What it was called. Dang it, I'll think about it in a minute.
Okay.
But
Come
I,
back.
I usually watch all the medical dramas because I like them.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited too
I'm
because
so
I
excited.
have only been really working on comedies in the past.
Yeah.
And so that's a really fun set because you're just kind of like laughing and goofing all the time, still getting the shots and they're still difficult and stuff. It's just normal.
Yeah.
But this will be interesting because it'll be what I assume to be very serious all the time. And I think that'll be good for my focus is being
Yeah.
serious. So I'm excited about it. And plus I like a good like new challenge, you know what I mean? So it'll be really fun. I'm
You're such an
excited.
Enneagram 3. Just kidding.
3, baby. For real. I'm an
Do you
adrenaline junkie.
have, so is it gonna be like Grey's Anatomy where like they release as they film? Because
That's
I
a
know
good
like some
question.
TV shows will like the new season of Bridgerton just came out. I haven't watched it yet because when I watch Bridgerton, I have to like sit down and turn my phone off and like watch it. But I know like with Grey's Anatomy, they'll like film an episode and like a couple weeks later that episode is out and they're like filming as they release and writing as they release. So I'm
Mhm.
interested to know if that's how it is or if they film all of it and then release all of it.
That's like normally how broadcast TV shows would work. I don't know if this is going to be streaming or on television.
I'm gonna
But
find
those are
out.
good questions. Yeah, because I would assume so, but I also with streaming, like I don't necessarily know how that works, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
I would assume so, but
Also, this is what he looks like now.
okay. So he's probably gonna be like the ER doctor that is
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
assuming he's maybe
wise.
like or maybe he's like the ER, like the chief of ER.
Yeah, he's still pretty young too. So he's
Yeah.
like he could play like a surgeon still. Well, I'll let you know what he is. Maybe if
Yeah.
we'll see if I
Oh,
sign an NDA before that.
this is interesting. So the showrunner is going to be R. Scott Jamil, who was the showrunner for NCIS Los Angeles and the showrunner for ER. So it's like
Nice.
it's almost like an ER
Mm-hmm.
situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so get ready for
Um,
it. I'm gonna
I'm
watch
so
it. I like
excited.
watching what I work on because like I was there so I can see like what tricks and
Yeah.
tips they did. So maybe we can do like a little watch
Weekly
party every
recap.
time you watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a little weekly recap or we'll do a
Yeah.
monthly recap and you can give us the behind the scenes deets,
Mm-hmm.
whatever
Yeah.
you can. I've always wanted to know like, oh, they shot this scene, like how intense was it or
Yeah.
like what happened or especially with the medical stuff because it's so
Yeah.
like gory and looks so
Yeah.
realistic. It'd be really interesting to like hear your perspective on like how you made the shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'll be right there when it's happening.
Cool. I'm so
So
excited for
yeah, this is also a PSA that you will no longer see me for the next 8 months.
you. Yeah. I'm like, well, that means that you can't come visit me for my birthday, but it's fine.
If you yeah, if you think you saw me in the airport, no, you didn't. If you think you saw me at
Yeah.
the mall, no, you didn't. I'm at work.
If you think you saw me in Hawaii, no, you didn't, because
I
I
probably
wasn't.
was.
That was so
Yeah.
funny.
Speaking of shows too, guess what is gearing up for another season?
Yes, but that's what I was actually just gonna say is the only negative about you being on this new show is that
Mhm.
you can't be on Traders, Kellsie.
That's fair.
You
That's fair.
missed your shot.
I did not think about that when I accepted this job. Maybe I'll talk to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Be like, sorry guys, I
Sorry.
actually have to go
So
film a 2-week TV show called Traders.
yeah,
But yes, Traders is coming back.
it is.
And so you sent me the announcement on Instagram, and I didn't even read the whole thing. My eyes locked in on Jax Taylor. Like it was like,
And that's funny because you're watching
well,
Vanderpump from the beginning.
I think that's why, because I'm in
Yeah.
like the heart. I'm on season 8 right now. I'm
Okay.
actually watching the season 8 reunion, which was during COVID, so it's like on Zoom, and
Mhm.
it's hilarious because everyone's just yelling at each other, and Andy keeps muting people on Zoom. So funny. But no, I'm like in the heart of like Jax Taylor, and
Yeah.
he is going to be the best person on Traders. The only thing I'm worried about is that they're going to kick him off in the first episode.
Oh,
But
I would 100% pick Jax Taylor off in the first episode just because
yeah,
he's going to try to play whatever game
he's the
he can
worst
find. You know what I mean? And like, I don't
because
trust
he's the
him
worst
at
human.
all. I
No,
don't
he's
trust
the
him
worst
one
human.
bit. Yeah. But then there's some other good people on there too, like Teresa.
Yes, Teresa will be good.
Yeah. I forget who else was on there, but those
I'll
are
pull
the
it
big
up for
names.
you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
know. Those are the two that I saw too.
It's
Okay.
shaping up to be a really good season.
So Kenya Moore,
Yeah.
Jax Taylor, Paris
Oh
Hilton,
yeah, Paris Hilton. If she really
Nicole
goes,
Richie,
that'd be
and Nicole
insane.
Richie.
Yeah,
So I think Paris and Nicole are only doing this because apparently there's a rumor going around that they are reviving their show.
that's what I heard too.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're doing
But
it for the
I think
publicity,
they're
but
gonna
it's
go
smart.
very far in Traders.
They would be like you and I on Traders.
Yeah,
They would be
absolutely.
the plan where like you would be the trader, I would be the
Yeah,
faithful, and we'd
yeah,
make it till the end.
yeah.
Joe Mangelino,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's
Howie,
Sophia.
Howie Mandel.
Let's go.
I don't think I actually read this whole list because I just went straight.
I told you it was stacked.
Yeah. Javier Poza. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Matt Eisman, Kristen Kish, and Holly Robinson Pete and her husband.
It'll be fun.
But
It's
yeah,
gonna be a good
I'm
one.
very excited for Kenya Moore, Jax, Paris, Nicole. Yeah, I'm very excited. This
Yeah,
is gonna be great.
yeah.
Do you know when it's gonna be out?
No.
I need it now.
I know. But it'll be nice to give me something to like look forward to. Hopefully
Yeah.
it comes out during the summer, or unless they're just casting it now. I don't know. Whenever it comes out, I'll be here. I'll watch.
We need to watch it. We'll watch it together.
Yeah.
Weekly. We'll have a little date
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Also we need to watch Australia and whatever.
And whatever.
You pick the next traders and we'll just pick which one, and then like each week we have to watch like 3 episodes and do this thing, text each other.
Yeah.
Why am I so old?
You can go call me. Okay, I think I need to take a little break before we do the your trip because I need to
Okay.
refill my wine a little bit
Oh,
because it's empty.
okay. Philip, are you okay?
I'm gonna run out real quick.
Bye. So sad. So creepy.
Mm, 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 mm.
Cheers.
I went on a walk this morning. It's starting to get hot here, which is really, really, really sucky
Yeah.
because it's usually doesn't get hot until beginning of June, and it's May and it's already like 95 degrees. But my least favorite thing is in California, I remember how it'd be like cool in the morning and then be hot at like 12 to 3, but then it would like kind of start cooling down. Here it's hot from like 3 to 8.
Hmm.
So like I'm used to like getting off work, being able to like go outside, blah blah blah. Can't do that. So now I have to like usually I work out or go on walks after work, but now I have to shift and do everything in the morning because it's way
Yeah.
too hot. For
The
not only for
mornings
me,
are
but for
great.
Sammy, it's way too. I know, but I have to like get up.
Yeah. That's why you got to get a door for your room so you can kick Sully out.
Yeah, the problem, well, no, the door actually isn't for kicking Sully out because if I put the door, he's gonna wake me up even more because he will like open the door. He used to at
You
my
should
mom's
get a
old
shot
house,
collar for Sully.
now we're talking. We're cutting that from the podcast. No, so he knows how to open the like handle doors,
Mm-hmm.
or he'll just go like this until you open it, or he'll scratch and meow. And so it's even worse. No, I'm actually gonna get the door because Tommy and Amanda are coming to visit.
Hmm.
And they're staying at my 1-bedroom house for an entire week and a half
Oh,
with
wow.
their 2 dogs.
Oh, wow.
And
2 dogs.
for 5 of those, well, yeah, so Harley, Amanda's dog, and Max, Tommy's
Oh,
dog.
I didn't
They're
realize she had a dog.
driving, bringing both yes, a blue healer. Yep. So they're driving
Sammy's
out
gonna be
here.
like, I did not agree to this.
Yes. No, here's the kicker though. So Tommy gets here on the 7th. So the 7th of June.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on for the dates. He gets here on the 7th. His birthday's on the 8th, so we wanted to be here before his birthday.
Yeah.
Probably so that I would buy him dinners. So he gets here on the 7th. He's at my house from the 7th to the 15th.
Oh my God.
So a week and a day, I guess. And then he goes to New Braunfels where my grandparents are, and he got an Airbnb because like those dogs can't be at my grandparents' house.
Mm-hmm.
But they're bringing both of their dogs. My dad is going on vacation from the 5th to the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm dog sitting for his 2 dogs. So I'm going to have Sammy, Max, Harley, Diego, and Lola, and Tommy and Amanda in my 1-bedroom house for a week. It's going to be very entertaining.
Yeah.
That's how Tommy and I are going to be like, it's going to be so fun. We'll never have a dull moment. And I'm like, yeah, because everyone's going to kill each other. Sammy's gonna murder everybody.
Sammy
like,
will murder everyone
myself.
first. And then Allie will be
He's
like,
gonna
let's do it.
Absolutely not. So yeah, I'm gonna, but my idea is because I don't have, if you can see, like, that's the door to my bedroom. You can see
Okay.
Sammy passed out. But
Yeah.
so I don't have a door. And so because they're staying, I'm gonna give them my bedroom while they're here.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them. And I'm gonna set up like the little mini bedroom in my living room with
Yeah.
my air mattress. But like, if I set up my air mattress where I want, I can see the bed from and I'm just like, I just need a little bit of separation for an entire week. So they have this like curtain rod. It's like a shower curtain, but it's like a foldable door.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna get one of those on Amazon. They were like $30.
Yeah.
When they're here.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, mm.
I only have like a month and a half before I have to go to work. So I'm like,
so
is that
what
when
are
I
you
should
doing?
visit?
What are you doing on the 23rd through the 25th of June?
See, I think that we might start prepping the 26th. So I'd want to be here at least like 4 or 5 days before.
Oh. Sammy's birthday party is on the 23rd.
We'll brainstorm about that one.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more.
We'll talk after. This is a private
we won't
conversation.
bore,
We're gonna move this offline.
We won't bore our producer
off the web
with the shit.
We're invested in each other, obviously.
Yeah. You could come hang out with me and Tommy and Amanda and the 5 dogs if you want for your birthday. Happy birthday!
I'll bring Loki.
Oh my gosh, yes, that'll be a party.
Loki will literally kill everybody. He'll be like, no. This is my ground right now.
Him and Sammy will run away together.
Sammy's like, normally I find you annoying, but today I like you.
Yeah. Hey, you want to run away? Okay.
Hey, you want to go? And Loki's like, say less. Already gone.
Let's go. He's like halfway down the road.
He's already halfway down the road.
Come on.
Yeah. Traveling. I love traveling. Miss Allie Ray.
Your segues today, man.
They're good, right?
Yeah.
Don't give her the satisfaction. You just got back from a trip. I just had to delete a notification that I missed one of your FaceTime calls. I'm sorry I didn't answer that. I'm sorry.
Do you
I did
want to
not
know
hear
why I
it.
was FaceTiming you?
Please tell me you were at the Eiffel Tower.
I was, and it was sparkling. And I was thinking of you, and
I'm
I wanted you to
sorry.
see
I'm sorry.
it.
You should have left me a voicemail. You can leave FaceTime voicemails.
I didn't know that. My bad.
Go back. Go back.
Okay.
Tell me about your trip. Where did you go?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Who did you see?
Who did I see? The Eiffel Tower. No, so I actually went on a work trip. So that the first part of my trip was a work trip. 100% work. Not really, but mostly work. So I'm very lucky to have the opportunity at the winery I work for to travel, and we source like grapes and juice and wine from different parts of the world. So last year I went to Argentina, and Chile, and this year we went to Spain and Portugal.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So it was
And
super fun.
have you ever been there before?
No, I haven't been to Spain or Portugal, so I got to check those countries off my list too, which was really exciting. And so I flew and I took a red eye from Dallas and I flew into Madrid. Also, round trip Dallas to Madrid, $700.
Wow.
Like that is so cheap
That
because
is
all my
cheap.
other Europe round trips are over $1,000. So
Yeah.
anyone wanting to go to Madrid, $700 out of Dallas. Anyways, so I drove up to Dallas and took a red eye to Madrid. I got into Madrid at like 2:30 p.m. And then my winemaker at Chapelton, she picked me up, and her husband is actually born and raised in Spain. Like he's only lived in the US for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So they actually went ahead of time. They went 3 days before and spent time with his family and everything. And then they picked me up in Madrid, and he had lived in Madrid for like 5 years for work. And so we went to all the cool spots and got to meet some of his friends and like did all the things in Madrid. And then the next morning we woke up and drove to a town called Valladolid, which Valladolid is like northwest of Madrid. But around Valladolid is a lot of DOs, which is designated origins for wine. So if you look at a Spanish wine bottle, a lot of it will say like DO and the name of where that origin is. So like in the US, it's a little different. Like in the US, we do AVA. So it's like Ramona Valley AVA, Columbia Valley AVA. But in different countries, they have their own ways to do that. So around Valladolid, there's a bunch of different DOs. So we did like 2 days in Valladolid. We went to 3 different DOs. We had like professional meetings with a bunch of different wineries to tour their vineyard, taste their wine, talk about opportunities to partner in bringing some of their grapes and or some of their juice over to the US for Chapelton. Had an amazing experience. We also, while we were in Valladolid, went to a 7-course Michelin star wine pairing dinner.
Let's go. I need to travel with
thing,
you.
I know. So I have a new thing on my bucket list. And I've already like started doing it. So if it was more unrealistic than what it has been the last couple of years, I probably wouldn't put it on my bucket list. But my new bucket list item is to go to a Michelin star restaurant in every country I visit.
Ooh.
So I already have France, Italy, and Spain already checked off. So we went to this really cool, you would have loved this. I can't wait to show you pictures, but they took an old monastery and they converted it into a hotel and 3 restaurants.
Ooh.
And so the inside is like vaulted arched ceilings. And we got there at night. We got there right at sunset. So we got to watch the sunset. And then they had like candles and it was
I love it.
My friend Hannah called it church core. It's like when you're not super religious, but you like the churchy vibe. That's
funny.
what the vibe was. Yeah.
That's funny.
And so we got to go in this like the most beautiful room in the entire building, and they had this like 7-course Michelin star dinner, and it was all like Spanish, all Spanish cuisine, all Spanish wine. It was so good. So we did that, and then we went from Valladolid. We drove 4 hours to the northwest of Spain, which would be your favorite place because it's literally like forests and beaches.
Nice.
And it is so beautiful. So like when we got there, we went straight to a winery. And that's where all the Albarino in Spain is grown.
Albarino?
So Albarino, it's a white grape. it tends to have a lot of like,
I'm an Albarino.
you're an Alberino. I actually missed an opportunity to be drinking Spanish wine right now, but it's fine. Next time.
Next time.
So what's really cool about the wineries it's a region called Rías Bacias, and they grow their vines on what they call on the terrace system. So the vines are like, you can't see my hand, but they're like 20 feet tall. They're like
Okay.
10 to 20 feet tall. They grow. So they're almost like a terrace, like above you. So when you harvest, you're like harvesting grapes like above your head.
Wait, I like that.
Yeah, but the reason they do that is because they're right on the coast and they have a lot of humidity. And so to prevent diseases in the vines, because you can, with a lot of humidity, it can create a lot of like bacteria and disease. They put them up high so they get airflow around, like underneath and around the vines.
Yeah.
So they have these terrace vines, and it was super cool. We drove through all these teeny tiny towns in the area. Every single house with even a tiny backyard, like even smaller than this room, had a terraced vineyard.
Oh my
Even if it
gosh.
was like 5 vines. It was so cool.
I
And
would
so
love that.
the first winery we went to, they have a massive vineyard, and they make only 100% Albarino wines, but they have 5 different labels, and one of their labels is dedicated to the community. They buy all of the grapes from all of the small vineyards in the community, and they make a blend, and they make one wine that's just for like all of the like community. So they buy all the local grapes from all the little backyard vineyards, and whoever wants to sell, the farmers just bring their grapes and they pay them for their grapes, and then they make a wine just from those grapes. And it's so good.
That's amazing.
It's so cute. Yeah.
Did you get any
So we
of that
went there.
wine?
Well, they actually sell in the US. So Kelly and I bought some when we
Oh,
got
nice.
back, and we used it in our we're doing a wine school at Chapelton right now, and we
Okay.
used it in our class on Saturday.
What is it called?
It's called Grand Bazan.
Grand
show you.
Bazan.
Yeah, I'll show you, but let me show you. So the winery, so this is like how big the vineyards are, like how tall they are.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and for comparison, since we've been comparing with hands, I'll show you a picture of like me underneath them, I guess, while I was playing with dirt. Here's a picture of me and Kelly, like next to them. They're like taller than us.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then the winery is like this blue castle.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. No, the biggest thing I loved about Spain was, and one of the reasons why we went there is because Spain grows their vineyards a lot of different ways and not always traditionally. So the traditional way to grow vines in the US is called VSP, which is vertical shoot trellis, which is what you see in Ramona. All the wineries in Ramona are doing VSP. But in Spain, they have, the terrace vines. They also have bush vines, which I'll show you a picture of that, because these bush vines were like 100 years old, and they literally just like plant them in the ground and they grow them like a little bush.
Yeah.
And I hugged it because it was so cute. So here's me hugging these bushes.
Oh, that one is really cute.
Yeah, but
That's so
they're
funny.
like, the trunks are like this wide,
Yeah.
and they just grow like this. And they do that because of the heat, and they keep them low to the ground to like protect them.
That's so interesting. When I went to Greece in Santorini, they grow all of their wine on the ground, and I asked why, and they said it gets so windy up there that it would just like blow everything right off, so they keep them really low and close to the ground. And it does get hot in there too.
Yeah.
But
No, that's a good point. The wind does do a lot of damage.
you've been to Greece though, right?
I have not been to Greece.
You haven't been?
No.
We got to change that.
Yeah, you're supposed to take me.
I'll go. I'll go with you 100%.
After maybe next summer, we'll go to Greece.
That would be lit. Let's go.
Yeah.
I've got some
We
spots.
need to have real bubbles only.
I'd still be down.
You have some spots? Oh, like places
in
to go.
Greece, yeah.
Yeah.
You would love it.
Greece. I think we should do a trip where you pick a location and I pick a location, and we show each other
Cute.
where we go. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway.
So from there, we stayed in this cute little town called Pontevedra, which I love Pontevedra and Valladolid because it's not super touristy. It was all like locals and it was quiet and pretty, but still lots of things to do. My favorite thing about Spain is their schedule. You're gonna love this. So they typically they have a 4-day work week, most of them.
I'm there.
Or Fridays, or even Antonio, Kelly's husband, said when he worked in Madrid, which is a huge, large city, they had every other Friday off. And usually on the Fridays they worked after lunch, they just didn't go back. Yeah. But usually, typically, they'll have breakfast at like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
They work from like 9 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have lunch from 2 to 4. And when I tell you they have
Okay.
lunch, this is their giant meal of the day. So like in the US, like dinner's our main meal. In Spain, lunch is their main meal. The entire town shuts down from 2 to 4. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to the pharmacy. You can't go shopping, nothing. Everything is shut down except for restaurants from 2 to 4. And then after that, most people go take a nap. So they have a siesta from like 4 to 5, and then they work from like 5 to 7, and then they're done. So they go back to work for like 2 hours at the end of the day to
I
like
love that.
finish up what they have to finish up.
I love that.
So yeah, now since I've been back every day at 2 o'clock, I'm like starving because that's when I ate the
Yeah.
most. So I love that. And then after work, they would get off work and go have tapas.
Mhm.
So instead of dinner, you go out to the bars and you have like wine and appetizers, wine and beer and appetizers. And that's it.
I'm on
It's
board.
great. I'm on board because usually I usually like to eat a bigger lunch and a smaller dinner anyways. So
Mhm.
I'm Spanish. And then, okay, so from
You're
from
the
Pontevedra,
white grape Spanish.
yes, I'm Alberino. And then from there we drove, so on Sunday, also everything in Spain shuts down on Sunday. So like we tried to set up meetings with people on Sunday and like no one was open, no one would be with us. We're like, okay. So we like slept in, we woke up, we drove from Pontevedra down the coast to Porto into Portugal.
Mhm.
And we stopped at this forest that had castle ruins. So that was really cool. And then right down the road, there was a beach. And so we like went hiking in the forest and then went to the beach, and it was so cool.
I love that.
Yes. And then all we did was eat fish forever. Here's the castle. I'm at the top waiting.
Oh yeah. I see
Yeah,
you.
in the forest.
Those
Yep.
trees look gorgeous.
And then the beach was like, and it was like beautiful. Oh, look at it. I'll post it on Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, the beach was like we found this like random super secret private beach, and the walk down to the beach looked like this. Like that's the beach in the distance, but it was like literally walking in the forest, and then you go down and there's a beach. It was so
I love
pretty.
it. It reminds me of Humboldt a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. And then we went to Porto and had a bunch of meetings with wineries with Portuguese wine. This one we really, really love that we're trying to partner with called Quevedo, and you would love it. Their slogan is Friendology Forever.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, and so they're like their mission statement is basically like everybody move with kindness and grace and use kind words and treat the earth like how you want to be treated. Like it's just very sustainable and beautiful and great. So I'm hoping to have a partnership with them, which I'm really excited about.
That's
And
what
then
Real
Kelly and
Bubbles is all about.
Antonio, yes, Friendology forever. And then Kelly and Antonio left me in Porto by myself, which is fine.
And this is when you FaceTime me.
Yeah, so I took myself to dinner. I took myself to this like Asian Portuguese fusion restaurant. It was super, super good. Made friends at the bar with like Irish people and someone from England and someone from New York, and it was really cool. And then I flew from Porto the next morning to Paris.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite city in the world, I think. But the reason why I went, because I could have gone somewhere that I haven't been before, which is usually more ideal. But my grandparents were in Paris we're in Paris for the week before they get on their cruise to go down the Rhine River in Germany.
Yeah.
And so my grandparents actually go to Paris every 5 years for their anniversary. These are my Huntington Beach grandparents. And I've always dreamed of going with them. And because it's their favorite place in the world, especially my grandma, she speaks French and she loves it. So I've always wanted to go, but it just never worked out in the past. And I made it work this time.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had the best, it was 48 hours, but like the best 48 hours ever. I got there, we went to lunch, we hung out, we walked around. We went to the Musée d'Orsay, which is one of my grandma's favorite museums. We went to the catacombs, which was like on my grandpa's bucket list. He had never been.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they also went to bed at like 8 o'clock every night. And then I just walked like 10 miles around Paris. Walked and took the train and like went to random bars and grabbed drinks. And it was really, really fun.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
So,
I love
and I
that for you.
FaceTimed Kellsie and she didn't answer.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
And
I'm just kidding.
I apologized off camera for the situation.
I know, it's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And then I just want people to know out there that you can leave FaceTime voicemails. So
Yes,
if
that
somebody
is a
doesn't
new
pick
thing.
up, just leave them a quick little message.
I'm
What's
gonna start
what's up?
doing that. I'm gonna start FaceTiming you when I know you can't answer, just so I
Yeah.
can leave a FaceTime.
Yeah. I tested it out the other day with Miranda, so it works. It's good.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
My one sad, in hindsight, it's not sad, but my one sad Paris story was the last night I was there, I went to this bar called something New York. And it's funny because it's like a New York style pub in Paris. And they're like covered with US like college flags. It's really cool though, and like a lot of locals go there. So I went there and I made friends with people because apparently I do that. And I told them that it was my dream to see the Eiffel Tower light up at 1 a.m. because the 1 a.m. light up is the last one of the night. And usually the Eiffel Tower lights are on and then they make it sparkle with the lights on. Well, at 1 a.m. they turn the lights off and it sparkles. So it's like just the sparkles, not the lights on. So it's supposed to be extra special. And I had been wanting to do this for a while. So I made all these people in the bar that I made friends with go to the Eiffel Tower with me to watch this, which we go across the river to the Trocadero. We walk out to the terrace and we're waiting and waiting and waiting for like 15 minutes and it turns 1 o'clock, nothing happens. And so the Eiffel Tower, like this, the bottom legs were lit up with the normal lights, but everything else was off.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's usually weird because normally the whole Eiffel Tower is off at this point. And I was like, that's really weird. But I was like, whatever, they'll just turn it off and it'll sparkle. Well, we waited and waited and waited, and it didn't go off. And I was so upset. I was so mad. And then I also felt awful because I made all these people wait up till 1 a.m., take the train to go to this place from the bar. We took like a 10-minute train to go to this place to watch Eiffel Tower light up, and it didn't light up. That was pretty devastating. But somebody in the group was a Kellsie, was a very look on the bright side of life type of person. And they go, you know what, Allie? This is probably even more rare than watching the lights at 1 a.m. I was like, wow, you are so right. And then I walked down to the Eiffel Tower and tried to find somebody to ask why it didn't light up.
Like,
I also tried to see if I was like, hello. I was trying to see if someone like fell asleep and forgot to hit the button. Like I became a Karen. I was like, let me speak to your manager. I want to see the Eiffel Tower light up. But no, it was fun. And then I stayed up till 3 a.m. for my 5 a.m. flight, and it was great.
Nice. What a trip.
You know, it was, yeah, the 48 hours in Paris was wild, but it was so much fun. And I've now gone to Paris 2 years in a row. I feel like I should just go every year.
Just keep going.
Like maybe I always fly to Paris to go somewhere else. Like that's my home base to start.
Yeah. Let's get an apartment in Paris.
So that's the dream. So not only am I going to go to a Michelin star restaurant everywhere I travel, but When I'm rich and famous, or when you're rich and famous, whoever is first.
Whatever comes first.
My dream is to have like a villa and or a winery in northern Italy. That's kind of like my home base. Like that's where I would live, I feel like. And then an apartment in Paris I could visit whenever I want. And then a beach house somewhere, maybe Greece.
Dude, say less. I will buy a house in Greece immediately.
Okay, so you buy the house in Greece. Jeremy said he'd buy the house in Italy, and I'll buy the apartment in Paris, and we can all just share all three.
How do things like this work out? Like
Works
we're
out.
just so like,
Yeah, you're welcome, Jeremy.
yeah, thank you. We fill out all the paperwork for him. All we do is send him the bill.
Yeah. We had talked about splitting it, but now that I'm getting the apartment in
Yeah.
Paris, he's just gonna get that one.
He gets the bill and he's just like, oh, great. I guess I'm paying for this now too.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
Yeah, but I think that'd be so cool. And they're all still like pretty central where it's still easy to travel from all three of those locations, like travel within
Yeah.
Europe.
yeah, absolutely. Flying out of Paris, super easy, especially to go anywhere
Or
in the
to
EU.
take the train
And
too.
taking
They
the
have a
train.
fast
Yeah.
train.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Or
grandpa
taking
made a good
cruises.
No, it wasn't my grandma. Somebody said something, I don't remember who, but someone made a point about, well, why wouldn't you have one place in the US too that you owned? And I was like, I know so many people in the US, wherever I go, I'll just have a place to stay. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I
want to
don't-
come travel and come stay at my place, so I'm gonna go stay at their place.
Dude,
I don't need a
you're
place here.
thinking. You're thinking. We're gonna game plan after we stop recording this. Cheers to travel
Next
and
next
cheers.
year we'll go to Paris and Greece and pick out our places.
Yeah.
Yes. Cheers to travel and experiencing life and jobs. Wow, what a podcast. What a month.
And that about does it for us, folks.
I also get to see you in 2 months in person.
Yeah. That'd be
Are we
exciting.
gonna go to the garden at Tom Tom?
We can.
Okay. Or Sir or something.
Or
dinner.
something.
Something. We'll go.
Well, I think
Anyways,
we're gonna end it here. Any
yeah,
last
our producer is like going.
Sorry, we've been recording for an hour 30, so whatever
Wow.
content
That's
gets
a
cut
big
out,
month.
it probably needed to be.
Yeah, it's okay. We can still have an hour and 30-minute podcast. Dak Shepard does. I don't know why we can't.
We're like, you know how you have A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, C-list celebrities,
You be careful with this
D-list
statement.
celebrities. I think I don't know where the list stops.
We need to be passing. I think we're like a C+. We're still passing.
I would consider us a C.
D-list celebrities.
Oh, wow. Rude.
This is Real Bubbles with Allie, Ray, and Kellsie.
Dr. Phil.